Hello, and welcome to Conversations with Linda. I'm Linda. You know, I love to have a good conversation, so let's have one. Hey, everybody. I'm coming to you live from Chicago. Now, when I say live, this is recorded, but I mean, it is just a few hours before our normal airing time. We had anticipated sharing with you another episode, but due to technical difficulty, we will have to air that one at a later date. So hang on, because those guests that I had, they were fabulous, and you've got to meet them. But today, I'm just sharing with you from Chicago. I've been here doing this in the conference as a participant. And that's not something I get a chance to do all the time or a lot, because I'm usually a speaker. However, my niece, Sharice Monroe, who is a real estate agent in California, Georgia, and now Punta Cana, she invited me to this conference. And it was a conference that is about empowerment, not just real estate, you all, but empowerment as it relates to increasing your money game, right? And going after your dreams. And so I could not resist. And she was going to be a speaker. So I definitely wanted to come and support her. So my crew and I, Shauna and Freddie, they came with me to just hang out with her in Chicago. And let me tell y'all something. Chicago is my new favorite place. All right. I hadn't been to Chicago in a long while, and it is my new favorite. We have had so much fun. We've been right here on the Magnificent Mile and shopping, and we've stayed in a wonderful hotel, and it's just, I just love it. I just love it. As a matter of fact, I've got to come back because I missed a couple of things that were here this weekend that I didn't know was going to be here. And one, y'all, was the Bridgerton experience. Y'all know the series, the Bridgerton. I love Bridgerton. And they had this thing going on, the Bridgerton experience. I'm sure it's moving around in the country, so I don't know if it's going to be in Chicago long, but I'm going to catch it somewhere in the United States of America and go to the Bridgerton experience. But in Chicago, also, they have the Prince experience. Who doesn't know that I love me some Prince? May he rest in peace. So I wanted to have the Prince experience as well. But last night, we went to the McCormick's and Schmick's, and that's one of my favorite restaurants, right? Usually we go there in LA or DC, but they have one here in Chicago. And I mean, we were just right in downtown. The weather was beautiful. The buildings were tall and magnificent, and we were sitting outside, and it was just wonderful. And I had this great dish. It was salmon stuffed with crab and lobster. Awesome. So I just wanted to just chat with you because, I told you we had technical difficulty. So you got me, right? And I probably have special guests. Just hang in there. Don't you touch that dial just because it's me. I probably have something special for you before this episode is over with. Okay, so what are we going to talk about? What's new in the news? Talk to me. Shauna and Freddie are here, but they will not come on camera. I don't know what's up with y'all and why y'all can't come on camera. You all could be my special guest.
That's okay.
You could have walked in just looking fabulous and being my special guest. What is up with that?
Time.
Okay, they said maybe next time. Okay, so what is new in the news?
So,
what's going on? And y'all, I'm going to drink this water. And I'm going to tell you about the conference too, but I'm going to talk about the news first.
So, what's your thoughts on this Michael B. Jordan and Lori Harvey breakup?
Okay. Michael B. Jordan and Lori Harvey. That's Steve Harvey's daughter, right? Mm-hmm. Now, y'all know I have a hard time keeping up with this because, once you get past all the news that's going on in church... and all the news going on in your family, you know, trying to keep up with these Hollywood folk, it's a task. So what I think about that is, I mean, hey, people break up. I don't know what the big deal is. What's the big deal? What is everybody talking about?
Because she's dated so many people.
And I mean, what is?
I'm hating on the girl saying that she's just going around.
I mean, how y'all feeling about it, chit chatters? I mean, is it a big deal because she's dated
Trey Songz,
Trey
Hamilton,
Lewis Hamilton,
P.
Diddy,
Future?
Okay, would she really have been
Michael
wanting?
B. Jordan.
Would she have really had a life with P. Diddy?
No.
P. Diddy,
Long range.
he got another young girl.
So, but I'm saying, so would she have had a long term? Would she have gotten married and had a long term? Because he doesn't seem
She would
to.
have had a long bank account.
Yeah.
But I mean, long term relationship. So
He's not a long term
Just
person.
dating.
absolutely, and I mean that's no insult to him. I'm just saying it just seems like he's not necessarily into long term relationships. I mean, I don't know P. Diddy personally, so you know, no offense.
He can
P.
come on
Diddy.
the show though.
But yeah, if you want to come on the show and just tell us about it, yeah. But why is it that people feel that women can't date around? I mean, does it make us cheap, slutty? What is that?
It's the slutty portion.
It's the slutty?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe she just hasn't had the perfect guy. And how many people have you dated? It's just that our dating lives are not
It's
right. It's not public. And it may not be as interesting because we're not dating one millionaire after the other millionaire, right?
Right.
So, no, girl, Lord, find your way, honey. That's what I say. Find your way.
What about the guy that we saw that was being really disrespectful last night?
While we were out to eat.
Oh, okay. So I told you we were eating outside at McCormick and Schmick's. And so again, we're outside. We're like nowhere from the street. There's a guy riding by on a bicycle. And that wasn't uncommon because people ride bikes here. I want to do that when I come back.
Absolutely.
And and so he looked, there was another guy coming up with, I guess, his girlfriend or second wife or whomever. And so did he look at her and give her a compliment?
Yes. He said she looked nice.
Okay, so he said she looked nice. How did the other guy, her guy, respond?
He kind of gave him like a, don't be looking at my woman.
Oh, okay. So
Like
he may have gotten a little,
disrespectful.
he may have been a little sensitive about the guy looking at his woman. And so then this other guy on this bike, okay, he did act a fool though.
But he was right.
But he was like, man, you know, she with you. I'm just acknowledging that she looks nice. Now, in the real world, I do think it was a little disrespectful. I wouldn't want a woman, I'm walking up with my husband and saying, you know, you really, now you giving us both a compliment that you all a really nice couple.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all a beautiful couple. That's one thing. But no, girlfriend, you can't just walk up to my man or by my man saying, oh, you look good. I don't know that. No, I do know that wouldn't sit well with me. What about y'all? What did y'all think, Shauna?
He was very adamant about the fact that he was being sincere and just giving his lady a compliment.
And she was dressed inappropriately.
Yes.
So he said, I mean, she dressed like that. What you think I'm gonna say?
Well now.
He had a good point.
Okay, now.
Yeah.
But here's, I think maybe he should have approached it this way. Sir, I don't mean I'm not any harm. I just want to know you got an attractive lady there with you. And the guy could have said thank you and then told her, look, girl, next time we come out, you're going to put some clothes on. I don't know. But anyway, but when I tell you that guy went off.
On this bike?
The guy that was on the bike started going off on the other guy that was with his woman. But yeah, he should have, if he just had to give the girl a compliment, he should have said it to the guy and said, you know, I don't mean no disrespect. I'm just acknowledging beauty or whatever. I don't know. So.
Can you talk about Shawnee and Keon?
First Lady Shawnee.
I'm so sorry. Put some respect on her name.
First
I'm
Lady.
sorry.
All right.
Okay.
And Pastor Keon.
Okay.
No, congratulations. I don't know them either. But congratulations, Pastor Keon and First Lady Shawnee. I know there was a lot of hype around that because she was married to shack, right?
Right.
And so there was a lot of hype about that. Seemed like it was a beautiful wedding. What tickled me was Bishop Jakes and Lady Sarita, when they were like going back in time, getting their groove on the dance floor. So that tickled me. But y'all know I love and all of that kind of stuff.
Noel Jones got married.
Oh, yeah.
What you think about that dress?
It was stunning.
Okay.
It was really stunning because it was so different, right? The whole little hat and all that kind of stuff. It was stunning. It was a statement. But now, okay, I don't know him either, so don't take it personal for those who love Noel Jones. So this is no offense. But now, you know, I'm still feeling some kind of way because he waited so long. I mean, what do you wear when you have dated somebody 20 years? What do you wear? You've been waiting 20 years to walk down an aisle. So hats off to you, girl, for hanging in there with him. I did think he could have been, he could have taken his attire to another level. I'm just saying what I'm saying.
He just showed up, honey. She forced him. He just did.
It was just like, come on.
Tom.
I'm here. Either I'm gonna die or you gonna marry me. He's gonna marry me.
Or I'm gonna die right after we get married.
Right.
Encourage me, please.
Right.
So I mean, you know, hey, but I love, so I'm glad she's happy. That's what matters. It doesn't matter that I think I wouldn't have waited for anybody 20 years. What matters is that she is happy, and she was okay with him wearing a suit and an open shirt. Did he have on no tie?
No tie.
But I was trying to see if he had on one of these things. What you call these? Y'all know what the professor used to wear on Gilligan Island.
Oh,
a little tie around.
Ascot.
That's what it's
Did he have on an ascot? No, it was just an open shirt.
Okay.
Now I would have felt some kind of way that you gonna show up after I've waited on you for 20. Yeah. I mean, because she's already waited on him, so she not to feel no kind of way on that.
Right.
But you're gonna show up and I am dressed to the nine. I mean, I am magazine prepared. I mean, like bridal magazine prepared, and you show up in an open collar shirt. I'm just saying. So I mean, you know, but congratulations.
So okay, so I just saw something.
Okay.
So I just want to get your opinion on it.
Okay.
It's about Angela Bassett. What's her best performance out of these 3 movies?
Okay, what's Angela Bassett's best performance out of these 3 movies?
What's love got to do with it?
What's love got to do with it? Okay.
Waiting to exhale.
Waiting to exhale.
Or how Stella got her groove back.
Ooh.
Wasn't that tough?
That's tough right there.
They really had Malcolm X as the 4th one, but I mean, that didn't fit this.
No, So what do y'all think, chit chatters? What's love got to do with it? How Stella got her groove back?
And waiting to exhale.
And waiting to exhale.
Baby, that's tough.
Okay, what's yours, Shauna?
What's love got to do with it for Freddie? We made love 732 times. She knew. She knew. She was good.
Waiting to exhale.
That's because that's your life right
Okay,
now.
waiting to exhale. Because what? What are yours? Put it in the feed. But why waiting to exhale?
I think that was true epitome of a woman during that time, and she played it well.
She captured it.
She played that role very well.
Okay, and yours was
What's love got to do with it? When she beat Ike in that car, ooh.
Yeah.
I just don't even. How do you compete with it? I think she beat him in real life on that. Whoever that actor was, who was that? He got beat up.
Now I really think I'm hard pressed to make a decision, but I think the epitome of a great actor or actress is when you can make me forget that you are you.
Yes.
And I really believe you are that character.
So you think she Tina Turner?
She was so Tina Turner.
She was more Tina than Tina.
Wasn't she? I do agree with that. She was more Tina than. But now, how Stella got her groove back. She took me to a place.
She did.
She took me to a place.
But then that waiting to exhale.
And
she
then
burned
waited to
those
exhale.
clothes. Ooh, when she had that cigarette.
And when she was wearing that bustier thing
Yeah.
and she was making it work, I was like, girl. I mean, so I don't know. I
It's
don't
so
know.
hard. That's a good one.
I don't know. I just don't know.
You gotta give us one. You gotta.
I don't know. It's so hard.
Just pick one.
Okay, so mine would probably be What's Love Got to Do with It? Just because she had to show an array of emotions.
And over time as well.
Over time.
It was a longer, you know,
Long
she
period of
was
time.
childrenless, then she had children,
Right.
then she left him. I mean,
Yeah, so
she
I
showed-
would have to say that. I would have to say that. So, yeah, what are y'all thinking about that? And why is that coming up? Is she getting ready to do something?
I don't know. That was just an Instagram debate.
And you know, she's in a new series too, this cop show, this police.
911.
Yeah.
She's good on there
She's
too.
good.
The wig is bad.
The
but she
wig is
good.
bad. And you know, sometimes Black actresses have difficulty with their hair in series. You know, that girl quit one series on she's a paramedic. I've got this oil in my hair. Okay, so y'all, I got another thing going on. But wait a minute, let me finish this thought, because y'all know, y'all say I jump around. Black
She was a
actresses have
paramedic.
difficulty in series because white girls can get their hair wet and they can just dry it and keep it going. Black girls,
We need 2 hours between each style.
right, and we
Yeah.
need a stylist.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. A
And
black
so,
stylist.
the girl, she was on some show, and she wasn't a paramedic. She was like working for an undercover. She was working for some kind of, I'm gonna think of it, but it was a big controversy because she quit because she was having to walk from her dressing room. Y'all help me think who
Oh,
she
the
was.
humidity. Her hair changes.
It was raining.
Oh,
And so people started talking about her. I got to get her name. If you know it, put it in the feed. People were talking about her. You know how they do us.
like we talk about the not we, because
Right. Probably how y'all talking about me right now, because y'all know I'm getting my hair braided. These are crochets, but Monday, tomorrow, when I get back in town, I'm going to get my hair braided.
So
'cause
you
this
know
is what I do.
the NFL commentator.
What?
She quit. They fired her because her hair was so bad.
But they don't understand. We need a style. We need a girl.
We need
Who
a
is
home
in
girl
that-
from the hood
We need her in that trailer, ready to refresh
with
our
some
hair.
scripts.
Right. You know. So yeah, that's the thing. And Angela Bassett, you are too iconic. You are too great and grand to let them put that particular wig. I got a girl that can fix you up with a short wig. And you Okay, so Freddie is giving me something I am so very, very, very proud of. It's our new product. It is a journal, and it's called Minding My Boss Lady Business. And it's a journal. And I give you the definition of a boss lady. Okay, and then let me tell you what's beautiful about this journal is, yes, you've got your blank pages for you to write things down, whether it's your notes, whether it's your prayers, whatever, because I do a little bit of it all in my journal. Anybody that knows me knows I have a lot of journals. But it's got beautiful, beautiful pictures. I hope you can see that. Freddie's not telling me if I can see it.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful pictures of beautiful African American women in here, and with sayings to inspire you. I'm in total harmony, spirit, soul, and body. And there's a girl right there. I think she looks a little bit like Carrie. What's the girl you used to play on Scandal?
Oh, Kerry Washington.
I think she looks a little bit like her.
She looks so peaceful.
But beautiful. Look at that. Look at that. You need one of these journals. And I mean, we got a lot of pages, a lot of pictures, and these make great gifts. Look at that. Taking time to breathe. Look at that. And they're in color. We did this just for you. And I mean, it goes all the way back. Look, there's a girl with her boo. What is that? And she's under a flower. I gotta find her again. And then this girl is just relaxing in a cup of coffee. So it's new. Linda Willis Empowers, $20. You get the journal and a pen. Do they get a pen?
They get a pen.
You get a beautiful little pen as well, and $20 is all yours. And I'm telling you, this makes a great gift.
Ready to be shipped.
Ready to be shipped. It is ready, ladies and gentlemen. Gentlemen, you may want one to give to your girl, all right?
Or your mom.
Or your mom. And look, there's me in caricature form. There's me. And so, just, you got to purchase it. You got to purchase it. So, we're going to stop right here, take a commercial break. Y'all get some popcorn, some coffee, some ice cream, or whatever you're eating for on Sunday afternoon, and we'll be right back. Hi, sister friends. My name is Dr. Linda Willis, and I specialize in personal and professional development. My passion is to impart knowledge and wisdom that inspires and empowers others to reach their highest potential and achieve their life's purpose. I get joy out of seeing people have their lives transformed and their dreams come true. So I have a question for you. Do you have a dream for your life? Do you need help getting beyond your mental and emotional blocks that are preventing your dreams from becoming a reality? Do you need to dream a new dream because you're in a new season of your life? Well, I want to offer you myself as a partner to help you create the life of your dreams. Yes, you can create a version of yourself and your life that is satisfying, successful, and most of all, serving your purpose to humanity. Join me for a 4-week series entitled The Power of a Dream. Each week, you will receive 90 minutes of information, inspiration, and empowerment as I connect the spirituality with the science of turning dreams into a reality. You will be given your very own toolkit to aid you in doing the weekly dream work assignments that will go along with your course. You will also receive daily motivational quotes that will serve as your personal cheerleaders. Now, I know you're wondering, how much does this cost? Well, for $199, that is $49.75 per session, you can be a part of this life-transforming course. You do know that your life is worth the investment of $49.75 per week, right? So go to LindaWillisEmpowers.org and register for the Power of a Dream, and we will get your toolkit sent to you to get you ready so that you can be ready for this life-changing series. Welcome back to Conversations with Linda. Listen, I told you not to touch that dial because I could have a special guest for you. And I did do exactly what I said I was going to do. I got a special guest all the way from California. That would be Northern Cal, but she's really a Southern Cal girl.
That's right.
My niece, Sharice Monroe.
Hey, Pastor Linda.
Hey, girl. And you know, you call me Auntie. They know I'm Auntie. They know I'm
Hey, Auntie Pastor Dr. Linda.
Thank you so much for joining me. I've already shared with our audience that we had a little technical difficulty with our episode that was originally supposed to air this evening. But girl, listen, you are the guest to have, and I wanted to do this on a whole nother level, and we'll get back to it.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, you all, I told you initially, I'm here in Chicago because Sharice invited me to be a participant of this beautiful conference that we've been involved in, Licensed and Unbothered.
Yes.
And it is hosted by Makita Smith.
That's correct.
And she is a phenomenal woman in her own right. I hope to get a chance to have a good conversation with her too.
Yes.
Just inspirational, motivational, all of that.
Yes.
And Sharice was on the panel as one of those women who has made it from rags to riches. And but we didn't say, you didn't call yours rags to riches.
Right.
Yours is from what?
From no bottoms
to red bottoms. Girl, when you said that, I was like, that is my girl. From no bottom to red bottoms.
Yes.
And what you meant by that was what? Tell us a little bit about your story.
Well, you know, the kids say it like this. Started from the bottom, now we're here. I don't know if I'm here yet, but...
Hey, here is a matter of perspective.
Yeah,
so I say
exactly. So where that came from was just explaining my journey as a real estate professional, right?
Uh-huh.
And how I had to start from the bottom with literally nothing. And the analogy of no bottoms to red bottoms came from the fact that me and my husband were broke. I know many of y'all been broke before, okay?
Girl,
ain't no secret, okay?
Who had been?
Listen, we were broke, but I had to do whatever I had to do to make things happen. And that included going out, knocking on people's doors, asking them if they wanted to buy real estate, and I had no heels on my shoes.
Because you had walked them down.
I had walked them down
on the concrete.
They were too cute not to still go back out there with those same shoes on.
Because you wanted to look the part.
I wanted to look the part. Right? So I went out and I walked and walked and walked with no heels on my shoes because we couldn't afford to buy no more shoes that looked like that. Right?
I mean, you even said that the suits that you wore, okay, now walking in LA.
Yes, hot.
But you had to wash your own suits.
I washed my suits that needed to go to the dry cleaners.
Wow.
Because I recognized back then that I needed to set myself apart from my competition.
And wait a minute. So back then was how long ago?
Probably now 17 to 18 years ago.
Wow. So we're talking 2004, 2005.
Exactly. That's exactly when that was because our son was just a baby and he was born in 2005.
And you said you were carrying him in the red wagon?
We didn't have a babysitter and I knew that consistency would pay off over time.
Girl.
And you can't use whatever you're going through as an excuse. As they say in church, you got to press your way through.
Wait a minute, let's slow roll that. You cannot use what you're going through as an excuse. That's
you can't.
Good.
You gotta find a solution.
That's a chapter in your book. That's a chapter in your book. Okay.
Thank you. Okay, yes.
So, and your husband was with you. Y'all walking.
We couldn't find a babysitter, and I knew that I had asked God for this. I knew He told me to write the vision and make it plain.
Yeah.
I knew I needed to go out 3 times a month, so not having a babysitter was an excuse. So we went and bought a red wagon. And we put the little baby in the red wagon.
Hey, that may have been a selling quality.
I think it was because people were like, "Oh, the baby is so cute." But what they didn't know is he was acting up. He was acting up, y'all.
Don't be talking about my nephew.
He was trying to hop out of the thing, run down the street, touch people's dogs.
Wow.
But we made it through all of that, and I wouldn't give up those times if I had to go back.
And now you're in the red bottoms.
Now I got my red bottoms, y'all. And they got heels on them, y'all.
Wait a minute. Yesterday she was on 2 panels. You weren't just in 1 panel, you were on 2. And the girl was showing off her red bottoms. Yeah. So you can imagine the visual of that.
Yes.
Was awesome that you were talking about from no bottoms to red bottoms. Did God just give you that on the spot? Or had you just thought about that?
I'll tell you the story of how that happened. Before the conference, I got a phone call from someone telling me they was going to start a TV show. They wanted me to come on. He wanted to interview me. Mm-hmm. And he said, he was an agent in the office that I had been in when I was doing this. Uh-huh. He said, Sharice, do you know, I remember that you used to be in the office and you would be going out door knocking all the time and all the agents would laugh at you. And he said, and I remember you would have on these big, thick, really nice suits and you would have on these pumps and all of that. And I said, James, let me just stop you right there. You know them shoes didn't have no heels on them, right? And he was like,
you were making up a lot of noise on the concrete.
I said, you know them shoes and that. He said, I wasn't paying attention to that because he just saw the consistency. Right. And now he sees the fruits of that. And he said, well, I got a name for you. I think you should call this and you need to write a book from no bottoms. And then we said to red bottoms.
It is. I'm telling you.
We both started hollering and laughing. And I said, oh my God.
That's it.
Oh
It's
my
already done,
God.
girl. Your book
Yes.
is already written.
It is.
I just see it. I see
It
those
is.
red
I
bottoms up.
received
Yes,
all
yes,
of that.
yes, yes.
And I didn't even realize that you don't really feel like your story will touch somebody.
Right.
You feel like, well,
Because
that's
you're
just
living it.
little
You're just
me.
going through it. You're just
Yeah.
going through
So I
it,
didn't
and it's
really think, I knew I had went through it, but I didn't really feel like it would be that impactful.
Yeah.
Until yesterday.
Oh, when you told your story, it set that room on fire. I mean, it was electrifying. I mean, because you brought the Holy Ghost in too.
Oh, yeah, we had
Not that the other women didn't, because they were, they were good too.
Right.
But yeah, you brought them on in.
Yeah, we had to bring
You
them
set
in.
that atmosphere. Okay. So, listen, you currently sell luxury real estate.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell us what the difference is between luxury real estate and everyday real estate. I mean, do you call it everyday real estate or normal,
that's a good
common
question.
real estate? I don't know.
That's a good question. It could be answered a number of ways, because if you ask the typical real estate agent, what's common in the market now is, well, what is luxury?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Luxury could be the way you service a client.
Okay.
It doesn't always have to be the dollar amount.
Okay.
Right? But it just so happens that God blessed me to sell homes that are priced at $1 million and above.
Okay, wait a minute. You saw how she soft pedaled that. It just so happened that the Lord allowed me to sell homes $1 million and above. Okay, so you do the math, baby. Do the math. Okay, so that's how we got the red bottoms, and then she had some Gucci's on yesterday. All right, and I was so jealous because you had the Gucci's that were all the way up to the knee. Okay, I gotta sell me $1 million house or something, and I'm not even in real estate.
Right.
But you are a luxury real estate agent.
Yeah.
When we think of $1 million and above, we know that clientele usually, more often, let me say it that way, have another skin color.
Oh, yeah.
How did you break through that barrier?
Let me tell you something. I have to say it was nothing but the Lord. I'm sorry.
Uh-huh.
Because I didn't have a plan that said, well, I want to go after this ethnicity, and so I'm going to have to do this, this, and this.
Uh-huh.
What I did know is that I had to put that plan together that I talked about, to be consistently marketing to that same community of 77 houses 3 times a month for 12 consistent months without breaking.
Okay.
What I also knew for a fact was, because of my brown skin, I knew that I could not market my face. That came to me immediately.
Okay.
You cannot put your face on your business cards.
Okay.
You cannot put your face on your real estate signs.
Okay.
You cannot do that. You have got to prove yourself.
Tip number 1. Prove yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had to prove myself. So I hit the pavement and I just continued to door knock and go in that community Saturday after Saturday after Saturday. And I gave everybody in the community a gift once a month. They got a gift from me. Every single month I had a gift in my hand from them, because the goal was to set myself apart and to also show that I was the real estate professional. So they always got a piece of information 3 times a month, but they also got a gift from me. Right.
Okay, so whether you're in real estate or whatever industry you're in, these are some tips that really will help you, increase your game, increase your capacity, prove yourself.
Yeah.
What are you doing to set yourself apart?
Yeah.
And then give something.
Give.
Before you start looking to receive something.
Yeah, and we was broke. Let me tell you, we was broke. My husband was like, how you gonna be giving these people these gifts? You taking money from the household.
And my question would be, what do you give somebody that can already afford $1 million
Because all
home?
these people are millionaires. They all got money, right? They're doctors, lawyers, they own hotels. These people are wealthy, right? So what I did when I talked about that plan, right? So what I would say, let's just say I said, okay, I'm going out June 10th, June 17th, June 21st.
Okay.
So then I would say on June 10th, you're going to give the piece of real estate information. In January, you're going to give a calendar.
Oh, okay.
February, going to give the real estate information. You're going to go buy a box of chocolates and you're going to give them the chocolates.
Okay.
But it was always from the 99-cent store, 2 for $1. Or it was Walmart. I was very on purpose to make sure I knew I had a budget. I could not spend over $1 per household. But if I could, I would spend 50 cents.
Do you hear what you're saying?
Mm-hmm.
You went from the dollar store.
I sure did.
And made clients.
Jelly beans for Easter. They got beach balls in the summer. They got crayons and coloring books when school started. They got pumpkins for Easter.
And millionaires appreciated that.
Let me tell you,
because it was really the thought.
Yeah, I would get phone calls, especially when the jelly beans came. They would call and say, "Our kids were so happy that you left these jelly beans.
Oh.
We're so happy. Thank you for the pumpkin because we didn't have time to go out and get the pumpkin. Thank you for the beach ball because we're going to the beach. Thank you for the coloring books." So their kids got to reap the benefits of what I was doing, and I really think it pulled on the heartstring of the homeowner and the parents at that time. Yeah. Even though that wasn't necessarily my intention, I just really wanted to give because I understand the concept of reciprocation.
Absolutely. Let me see. Do y'all hear what she's saying? Any industry, this will work. Right? Because it's what comes from the heart, reaches the heart, the small things that count. Mm-hmm. I mean, I just love it all. Mm-hmm. Okay. I know I'm taking her time from this conference. She's helping me out. She's giving, right? I gotta ask you this. Because oftentimes there's so many home shows out now, you know, real estate shows, let me say it that way. Mm-hmm. Real estate shows about selling LA, selling New York, selling Sunset Strip or whatever it is. Yeah. And so people watching like me, watching these real estate agents selling these high dollar homes, and they think, oh, I want to be a luxury real estate agent. Okay. You said to me in our private conversation, people don't know what is required. Because so I want to go from one spectrum to the other. Let's go from the jelly beans and the coloring books to what is required now in 2022 to sell a luxury home, just in case you're getting the bug, you know, it's biting you saying, oh, I need to move to this next market to make more money. Yeah. You said you got to spend money to make money.
You have to spend money to make money. These people, they are called high net worth individuals, right?
Okay, wait a minute. I love it.
That's what they're
high
called.
Net worth individuals.
Yeah, and depending on their net worth, they could be considered ultra high net worth individuals. So y'all go look that up. I'm not going to tell y'all the difference, but that's y'all
Write that down, Shauna.
High net worth individuals or ultra high net worth individuals, and it has to do with their net worth. They have expectations, y'all. You cannot go to their house saying you're going to sell their house and then pull out your cell phone and take pictures of their home, right?
Okay, that's where we are in 2022.
They have expectations, and you can imagine if you're watching Selling Sunset.
Okay.
You know they're watching it too, right?
Absolutely.
The expectation for me as a luxury professional is to sell the lifestyle.
Okay, wait a minute. Selling the lifestyle. Can I just do that show? I want to talk about selling the lifestyle. Okay.
Yes, they want me to sell the lifestyle. Any realtor can go take pictures and put a for sale sign in the yard.
Okay.
Correct? Uh-huh. But can you sell the lifestyle? Okay. What's involved in that? Well, you can't have a cookie cutter business.
Got you.
I have to be able to go to your house and identify what makes your house so special. Not say, oh, I'm going to take your house, I'm going to take my house, and we're going to sell them all the same way.
Right.
That doesn't work.
Right.
I got to be able to tell the story and the picture behind your house, bring out all the finishes, all the home improvements you made.
So you got to have a professional photographer.
I got to have a videographer. I got to have a professional photographer. I got to have drone footage.
Wait a minute. Drone footage.
Drone footage.
Okay.
We pull out models. We rent exotic cars.
Wow.
We do all of that.
All of that.
So that people can see what type of lifestyle comes with the house. And in fact, the last house that we sold, I was so shocked. That's exactly what happened. I mean,
Wow.
I know this is what I do, but then when you actually hear someone say, I bought the house because, it's like, wow, you know, I'm very humbled, and that's what happened.
Heaven opens up. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what happened. This Chinese family saw the lifestyle video with this panorama pulling up the street, and he saw the chauffeur opening the door for the supposedly owner of the property. She gets out, goes inside of the house. The music is playing. Ah, the heavens open. Right. They saw that, and they called their realtor and said, we got to see that house. We got to see.
Wow.
And they told her, and they told my assistant, we bought the house because of that video. That video kind of, it just lured us, because lots of people put houses up for sale, right?
Absolutely.
But can you pull on the heartstrings of a buyer?
And here's the thing about that. You had to invest, because there was no budget that homeowner gave you to say, this is the budget for you to video my home and all that.
That's correct.
You had to spend your own money to do that.
That's correct. So you can look at anywhere from $2,500 to $5,000, sometimes more, depending on the price of the home.
Okay.
It can get upwards to $10,000, because if I come to a home where there's a family and it's $1 million home and they've been living in the home.
Yeah.
Just think about that.
Okay.
I'll give you an example. There was a house about maybe 2 years ago. They were living in their home. So this means that the carpets were destroyed.
Okay.
Okay. In $1 million house, the carpets are destroyed. The dogs were living all in the property.
Gotcha.
Okay. The walls were scratched up. The cabinets were scratched up, all of this, and then they didn't have the appropriate furniture to sell $1 million lifestyle.
Okay.
So that means I had to pull everything out of their house.
Wow.
I had to get the carpet replaced. I had to get the inside
You
and
had to
the
do
outside. So they actually paid for part of that.
Okay.
Okay,
For that part.
For that part. But then I had to pay to get that house staged.
Okay. There we go. Because it's got to sell a lifestyle.
It's got to sell a lifestyle.
And you stage
so I had to
it.
pull it all out. Pull out the living room furniture, pull out the formal dining room furniture, pull out the living room furniture, pull out the kitchen furniture, pull out the master bedroom furniture, and all the secondary bedroom furniture. Pull it all out.
Wow.
And replace it with model furniture.
Wow.
With the finishes and accents.
And so, but it's an investment.
Yes, ma'am.
Because when you think about the commission on $1 million home.
Correct.
All right, girl, you can take your auntie out to dinner.
Yes, baby. Yes. I'm bringing you back to Chicago when you want to come, honey.
So, yes. So, I love that. But if you believe in yourself, you believe in what you're doing, because you're doing you're giving a service to people.
Yeah, exactly. It is a service.
It's worth the investment.
You are serving. You are actually changing people's lives. And so many times people think, oh, well, wealthy people, they're wealthy, so it doesn't. You're changing their lives.
Absolutely.
You know, I remember one transaction, this family, we sold their house a high dollar amount, and then we turned around and sold them another house, and it was a lot of chatter. Well, they got money. But it was just a beautiful story. They had humble beginnings. They started off in like a $200,000 house.
Yeah.
And they were immigrants. They came over here from China. They had nothing, couldn't speak English, couldn't write, couldn't nothing. And then so for them, to see them, and you just don't look at the color. If you just see from where God brought them from here to this point, and then even in the transaction, after talking to them and finding out, what is your story?
Yeah.
What else is going on besides you needing to sell a house? Oh, well, you know what? I need to retire in this many years, and I'm really concerned about my property taxes and all that. We did a little bit of research. We were able to put them in a proposition that the state of California has, and I want to say we saved them about $15,000.
Wow.
Just because we're educated beyond a for sale sign and some photos. It's real serious.
Yeah.
That's the part that we don't really talk about, but we help people with their taxes and all of this type of stuff, so then when they get to where they need, hopefully they're perfectly positioned to be able to keep their wealth.
And so, doing all of that, you get repeat customers, clients,
yes,
that they come back, and that's more. That's you giving more service, but you making more money.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh wow.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to take a commercial break, but I just want you to say something about this international piece, because we can't, she's gonna have to come back and we're gonna do a whole show on this, but this international piece, because now you're not just in California, you're not just in Georgia, but you're where?
I'm in Punta Cana, which is the Dominican Republic. We've expanded there now.
Girl, my next house.
Yeah. Yes, will be.
Hear me with your anointed ear.
Yes.
My next house is going to be in the Dominican Republic.
That's right. On the beach.
I am so excited for you.
Thank you.
Listen, we're going to take a commercial break and we'll be right back with my niece, Sharice Monroe.
We'll be back.
Well, hey, everybody. This is Dr. Linda. I want to share with you an awesome experience that I'm offering for girls 11 to 14. It's called Girl Boss. When I tell you it's going to be power-packed with information and inspiration and fun. I've got great speakers coming that's going to share with them about friendship and self-love and entrepreneurship. Charm and etiquette is going to be on the agenda. So I don't want your girls to miss it. 11 to 14 are the ages. The cost is $150. It's June 27th through July 1st from 8 to 4 p.m. Can I tell you, we're going to have paint party, movies, and a special swim party at my house. I can't wait to share with your girls. So go ahead and get them registered. Go to LindaWillisEmpowers.org. I can't wait to share with your girls. We're back from commercial. Welcome to Conversations with Linda. I am having just a delightful conversation with my niece, Sharice Monroe, and her husband, Pastor Bishop Lewis Monroe, has joined us on the set as well. Now, y'all know we're coming live from Chicago. We're in Chi-Town, but they have helped me out here to do an episode because we had a few technical difficulties. But honey, we haven't missed anything because you are bringing it today. Listen, you all just saw the commercial for Girl Boss, and I want to remind you to get those girls registered for Girl Boss June 27th to July 1st. It is going to be fabulous for our teenagers, our little teenagers and tweenagers. Classes, fun, swimming party at my house. They're going to learn charm and etiquette. Y'all saw the commercial. Make sure you get them registered. Okay, so back to you all. Welcome, 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 nephew.
Thank you.
Listen, I am talking to your beautiful wife about this amazing business that she has built. And she shared the story that you were right there with her.
Yes.
Right there with her. And quickly, because I don't have a lot of time, I'm going to have you out back, by the way.
Okay.
How is it for you? Because now, let's not sell you short. You just retired from
AT&T.
AT&T after how many years?
30.
And I mean, you had to have started working there right out of school.
I took 1 year off, went to San Jose State, came home, and my father said, you have two options, work or go back to school. And I was walking through the quad. I went back to school. And Pacific Bell had a big sign in the quad said, work while in school. So I went and took the test. It was a cattle call. It was about 800 of us in this big room. And it took them about 3 hours to weed through. By the time we got done, it was 22 of us, and we thought we were the ones that failed the test. Walked in the room, they said, find your name in the folder and tell me what city you want to go to.
Wow.
And that's how I got the job.
And you worked there, and 25 years later,
30 years.
30 years later, you have retired.
I retired.
And so now you are working,
With Sharice.
supporting, working. Are you working or just encouraging?
The running joke is I get fired every week.
You get,
I get fired every week.
I love it. She'll have you. You're not the gopher, right?
No.
Okay, then. All right now.
No, I was on a Zoom call and being retired, I fell asleep.
It's a joke.
And she was letting me have it. And our 16-year-old was like, well, fire him. moving on to bigger and better things. So,
But I mean, after 30 years, you needed a little rest.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
I
so-
love it.
I just
I
happened
enjoy
to
working
check
with him.
on him. We're all on a Zoom call. I just happened to, something told me, go in there and check on him because he's quiet.
Uh-huh.
I went in there, checked on him, and he was,
Around-
That is hilarious. But how is it being the husband of someone so successful as Sharice? You know, a luxury real estate agent, her own business, the Cherie Monroe. You know, anytime you put the in the front of your business title, you are somebody. So the Sharice Monroe group. How is that for you? Because, you know, when we see a lot of high profile couples and the wife is making the bag, right?
Right.
We see some trouble or insecurity. How is that for you?
In the beginning, it was really tough
Okay.
because I came from a male dominant family,
Uh-huh.
and it was really, really tough. And I ended up going to counseling.
Okay.
And the counselor told me, the Bible says that she's your helpmate.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, let me give you a different translation of this. And this helped me. She is a savings account you didn't know you had.
Okay, now.
She
I like
is,
that, counselor.
She is strength that you didn't know you have.
Yeah.
She is the tool that you didn't know you have.
Yeah, I love
And
it.
so when she becomes your helpmate, she is help that nobody sees she's help.
Okay.
But if you keep exposing it, then
Mm.
everybody else will know that you're really the help and not her.
Wow.
So
Wow.
stop exposing it.
And stop making it an issue.
Making
Because
it
it
an
wasn't an
issue.
issue
It
for
wasn't
you.
an issue for
No.
her, but it was an
No.
issue for me
Yeah.
because of the male dominance that I came from.
Absolutely.
So after several sessions, and ironically, a counselor happened to be a pastor in Oakland,
Mm-hmm.
and he told her, if there ever was a problem, call me. And so the running thing was, whenever I was acting a fool, she'll say, I'm gonna call him. And I was like, nah.
We
I
got a
don't-
few couples like that.
Yeah,
We got a few couples.
I don't need you to call.
Oh,
but
listen.
it was a mental thing because we're so taught in our society
Absolutely.
that the man has to be the one that pays the bills, pay this, pay that.
Uh-huh.
And so because of the dogma that I grew up in
Uh-huh.
and with our society,
Uh-huh.
it was a problem.
Wow.
And it wasn't a problem for her because she always made me feel that I was the man of the house. But because I didn't make as much money as her,
Yeah.
I took that I wasn't man enough.
Yeah.
And so those rough times were hard for us,
Uh-huh.
not so much because we were broke,
Right.
but because I was adding.
Because she was
insult
making more
Right.
money. And you know, I have just never understood why men have difficulty with that. Because it's more money in your household.
It's the culture.
It's the culture.
It's the culture.
You know, your Uncle Kevin says, listen, he is just waiting for me to make more money
Mhm.
so that he said he's going to be Dave and I'm going to be Joyce Myers. You know,
Right.
all Dave does is sit in the audience,
Look
right?
nice.
And go play golf.
That's it.
And so he is
Yes.
like looking forward to all I'm going to do is play golf, right?
Yes. But you know what? I had to step in a number of times when people would say, hey man, you know,
Right.
this happened a lot. Hey man, how does it feel that your wife makes more money than you, right? At that point, I felt like I had a responsibility to set the record straight.
That's good.
So
That's
countless
good.
times I
That's
would say,
good.
make no mistake about it.
Yeah.
I do bring in big commission checks,
Uh-huh.
but they are not as consistent as his income.
Mm.
This man had
He
a
brings it.
consistent
Right.
income that our family could count on
Yeah.
no matter what I did.
No matter-
Escrows
yeah.
fall
I love
out,
it.
buyers decide they don't want to buy, sellers
I love
deals
it. I love
unwind,
it.
all that. But my husband has remained consistent,
Mhm.
taking care of our family. We never went without. He
Mhm.
provided the income consistently, and he provided the health insurance and the dental insurance
I
and
love
all of that. I
Yeah.
felt, that was way more than what I could have ever done. Even though that my dollar amount may have been greater when I got it, it never surmounted to the consistency,
The consistency. I love
that he
that.
provided. He was our provider.
Yeah. And so, gosh, I got to
And he
have y'all
still
back.
is our
Still is.
provider.
And now, and in your new role, because you're retired and you're now working the business with her,
Yes.
you're instrumental in this whole international piece because you're working with the. Okay, because I wait a minute, I missed a few things because Sharice is doing some of everything. Not only now are you in the Dominican Republic, but you've got another launch that you've just done with virtual assistants, and this is in the Philippines.
Correct.
Yes.
And you're a part of that.
Yes.
So tell us your role with that.
So with that, I'm the chief operating officer.
Okay.
So what I do is I make sure that all of the problems and things that will come up, I make sure that she functions as a CEO.
Okay.
That it doesn't come down on her, and that if there's something that I can't handle,
Yeah.
I'll send her an email or a text and give her time to get back to me.
Okay.
But I actually make sure that all the employees come to me. And ironically, our employees call me pastor.
Really?
So because they have such a respect for me, they try to troubleshoot before they even get it to me.
That's so good. And so this virtual assistant, tell us what that is now. What are you doing?
So basically, we have virtual assistants that live in the Philippines. And then we partner them with CEOs that are in the United States that need help administrative wise or with their marketing or with cold calling, so that the CEO can function better, go out and get the business, but not have to work inside the business, if you will. Because if you wear too many hats,
oh, come on now,
the business is going to fall apart. You're going to be overwhelmed. You're talking about not being balanced.
Right.
That's probably part of the problem for a lot of, I've been there.
Yeah.
I've been there, guilty. I've been there. So we tried it out first at the beginning of COVID, actually right before COVID. We hired 5 VAs for the Sharice Monroe group.
Okay.
And that went really, really well. And then after that, one of the VAs was like, well, we need to turn this into a business. I was like, whoa, no, we're not doing that. And they just would not stop. They were like, Sharice, do you know how many people we can serve? Do you know how many CEOs are hurting? I was like, I understand that, but y'all trying to hurt me more. This is more stuff, you know?
Money. Okay,
and so then I finally yielded to that because I knew it was the right thing to do. I talked to a couple of people and they were like, yeah. And then a friend of mine, his name is Ryan, and he said, Sharice, can I remind you of something? I said, what's that? He said, God planted that seed in you about 10 years ago.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, what you talking about? Right? And he was like, we went to a real estate conference 10 years ago, and there was someone there talking about virtual assistants. And you said, I know I'm supposed to do that.
Wow.
And he said, and I've been reminding you, from 10 years on, a little bit along the way, and you be like, no. Well, here.
Done. I love
Here
it.
we are.
Okay, so I got to ask you this. How do you all balance business, marriage, ministry,
Wow,
and parenting? How do you all, because what they don't know about you is that you all live where?
In Clovis, California.
just Central California.
And then that's not considered Northern Cal?
No, it's Central Valley.
Okay, I thought that was Northern Cal.
It's close.
It's close. Okay, but your church is where?
In Los Angeles.
In Los Angeles. And so you've been commuting as a pastor.
Yes, for 12 years.
For 12 years because Pacific Bell moved you.
Yes.
And rather than just resign, keeping your money and retirement, you took the commute.
I took the commute.
Planes, trains, and automobiles.
The ironic thing is, I was moved to Fresno June 18, 2010. I actually was elevated to senior pastor August 1st, 2010.
I remember. And I remember us all talking and thinking, how are you going to do that?
Well, the chairman of my deacon board said to me, Pastor, we need a bivocational pastor, and we need you. Because I had went to the board because I thought it was a temporary assignment because Pacific Bell has moved me about 10 times so far in my whole career. So we thought it was just a temporary thing. So Sharice and the kids stayed down in Southern California.
Right.
I went and stayed in a hotel.
I remember.
And then in July of 2010, I found out this was permanent.
Wow.
So I'm in this process. So I go and talk to the deacon. He says, well, we have you,
Yeah.
and we want you. And 12
Wow.
years later, we're still there.
So how do you all balance, I mean, all of this? What's your secret?
You know, I think that's the blessing of the staff.
Okay.
The staff is a blessing because they get to take on a lot of the stuff that I would have normally been doing,
Mm-hmm.
so that it frees up my time so that I can spend time with him, play golf with him on Wednesdays,
Okay.
or we can go to lunch together probably 5 days out of the week. We go,
Mhm.
just he and I, or here for the last 3-4 months, we've been traveling with our son basketball every single weekend. It seems like we're in another city.
Except for bringing him to see Uncle Kevin and Aunt Linda.
Yes.
I'm
It's
just throwing
coming.
that in
It's
for you.
coming.
Lewis. I'm throwing it in there. Because that's my boy.
Yes.
I'm throwing it in there.
So having a staff frees up our time, and then I think just having good communication with the family as a whole, them understanding what we're doing and why we're doing it.
Okay.
And it doesn't always work out. We're a work in progress. This
Okay.
thing is not, I don't know anyone that has perfected the balance
Yeah.
thing, right? But we try, I tried, and I know my husband tries. We try our best to keep everything in its proper perspective. And for us, it's God, family, then business.
Okay.
I think one of the other things is knowing your limits.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mm.
Knowing your
Oh,
limits.
wow, that's
Uh-huh.
big.
Whereas, I
Yeah.
think it was about 2 years ago, I believe,
Yes.
Sharice came to me and simply said, I have to give up one.
Mm.
Mhm.
And we had an intimate conversation.
Okay.
Mhm.
That would be another show for the psychology.
I love it. Intimate
Yeah.
conversation.
So we had an intimate conversation, and I understood her limit.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so I knew when she needed to break away
Uh-huh.
because it would have taken her over.
Yeah.
So I took on the role of the ministry myself.
Okay.
And I went to the church and said, you may not see her. You will see her when we have holidays at school. Because
wow, that's
what-
huge.
because
that
what-
is so against
It was a-
tradition.
So,
It is. It was
so
a
you
lot.
have, it can take us anywhere from an hour in a plane
Mm-hmm.
or up to 8 hours in a car.
Yeah,
So
to get to
to
church.
get to church,
To get
and get
to
home.
church.
So while their
Yeah.
kids are at home doing homework, my kids are in the grapevine, and I still
Trying
have
to get home.
and try to do homework.
Yeah.
On the
So
road.
so I told them no,
Yeah.
and so we knew our limits, and so
Yeah.
we started working together.
Mhm.
And because I saw what happened with staff there, I broke tradition at church. For example, there was a big funeral at my church Tuesday.
Mhm.
I wasn't there.
Wow.
My
So we
staff
almost duplicated the same process with the church.
And-
With the church.
with
Okay.
the church, and so we
I love it.
That's a
I
good
love it.
point.
It
I
is.
see. I told you I'd be forgetting stuff, but that's a very. You have to know your limits.
Know your limits.
You know, and not only that, you have to have the courage to express when you've had enough. When you're at the capacity, your capacity.
Mm.
I knew something wasn't right.
Gotcha.
You know, and I knew for a while that something wasn't right, and I was like, I got to be able to verbalize this.
Yeah.
I'm at my limit here.
Gotcha.
And then the kids were talking to me about how they were feeling like,
Mhm.
Mom, we're on the freeway. We're doing our homework. It's taking us 6 to 8 hours. And then on Mondays, then the teachers were calling me saying, what's this about you traveling Southern California? You guys do that every weekend. What's going on? Well, your son's tired in class. Like, they don't, and
Yeah.
I couldn't keep telling the teacher that I'm sorry, we pastor in LA.
Right.
And they don't understand it. They're thinking about the well-being of the child, right?
Right.
And then, oh, well, can we get an extension on the homework? Can you give us another week?
Yeah.
You know, that only worked for so long. So then I just had to raise my hand saying, hey,
Yeah.
at capacity here.
At
like,
capacity.
I'm
I
at
love that.
capacity.
At
The kids are having a little issue, and we
And I
need to
understand
kind of restructure our household. And it was totally unorthodox, and I felt guilty a lot of
Sure,
times,
sure.
like I'm not fulfilling my obligation as a first lady. I'm not even sure what that means.
Mhm, mhm.
But I knew that my responsibility was to my family first.
Absolutely.
But it
And-
was still hard.
It is, and that's a whole nother show we'll have to go
Yeah.
to. But what I will say is, and I can say this now, even as we're having to wrap this up, there will be another season.
Yeah.
What I know now, because Kevin and I have been through this season that you all are in, eventually they get grown, and eventually you'll be able to get back to church and all of those things. I went to school being a first lady, all of those.
Yeah.
And he understood and gave me permission, supported me to say, hey, babe, you don't have to make all of these services. You go on and go to school. I got the kids tonight. Or
Yeah.
when the kids needed a break, we were like, okay, nobody is going on Wednesday night to prayer and Bible study and all that. So, but there will be another season where you'll be able to do some of the things that you desire to do, because I know you have a great impact on the women of your church. A great
As well as the
influence.
youth, because
And
when our youth was
Yeah.
at its max, she was teaching the youth department.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you'll get back to it when you're
And
ready.
still
When you're
teaching
ready.
sometimes,
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
sometimes on Zoom for our women involved. But like you said, I'm looking forward to that empty nest season.
It's wonderful. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. Listen, promise me you'll come back on my show.
Of course.
Of course.
Of course.
You all, I'm out of time, but I am never out of conversation. This has been so good, more than what I had even anticipated I could do at the last minute. But you know what? God never fails us. Tune in each Sunday evening here at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, Conversations with Linda. You all have a blessed week, and we will make sure that you see that other show that is coming up. God bless you.